Vivek bowed out of the race. Here's what Vivek did, though. He got like 7-8% of the vote. Vivek bowed out of the race, but I actually think what he did was smart. Vivek rounded up the young people. People like, honestly, like voters like myself that are on board with not all, but a lot of Trump's ideas and don't really like the messenger. That's honestly, I would probably be in that voter base, right? People in their mid to late 20s, early 30s, who like a lot of what Trump has said, thought Trump was a fairly good president, but aren't too keen on the messenger. Vivek whipped those people into shape and then got them to support Donald Trump. I think that was his mission from the get-go, was to whip up the younger vote, the barstool conservatives, as we like to call them, and get them more on board, people that are a little bit more hesitant about Donald Trump. I go back and forth every day. There's no in between. It's one of two extremes. Vivek is either the person that's going to save this country or he's the fucking Antichrist. I don't know which one it is. We're going to have to wait and see. But right now, I mean, gun to my head, I would vote for him over anybody, or over anyone else in this primary. But he dropped out, and he gave a speech on behalf of Trump, and it might be the most based endorsement speech we've ever heard. Go ahead and check this out.
We believe those ideals still exist. This man is going to be your next president to revive them. E pluribus unum. From many, one. And you know how we're doing it? We're doing it by speaking the truth at every step of the way. There are two genders in this country. Period. That is the truth. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear energy. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children. The nuclear family is the greatest form of governance known to mankind. Capitalism lifts us up from poverty. There are 3 branches of government in the United States, not 4. And the U.S. Constitution is the strongest and greatest guarantor of freedom in human history. That is the truth. We fight for the truth.
Joining us now is Ari Fleischer, former White House press secretary, Fox News.
No, this is not Fox News. I don't know why that played. But no, so that was Vivek. That was the most based speech we could hear. And honestly, that's what younger people want to hear. He is a more well-spoken version of Donald Trump that also thinks the CIA killed Kennedy. I mean, that's probably the best we're going to get. Truly. If he's legit and he's not the Antichrist, you're rolling the dice a little bit if you vote for him in a couple years. He could be the Antichrist. But if he's the Antichrist, it's in the prophecy, so he's going to take power anyway, so we might as well. I mean, the Antichrist is probably still better than Joe Biden, right? Probably still better than Joe Biden, so we might as well just vote for him. But yeah, so, I mean, I really do. That all jokes aside, that guy's a rising star. And he is the future of the Republican Party. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he'll run for president or if he'll run for senate or governor. It doesn't matter. That guy is what the left fears. The left is absolutely petrified of the thought of a Vivek Ramaswamy campaign without Donald Trump involved. Because I'll tell you why. Look at him. He's young. He's very well spoken. He's quick-witted. He delivers the message in a much more effective and probably a little bit softer manner than Donald Trump does to the average independent voter that's not totally on board with him. And it also helps that he's not a white guy. That goes because they can't play the white supremacist card. They can try to paint him as though he's pandering to the whites because he wants to be one of them, but it really doesn't work quite as well when it's not a white guy saying it. So that's what the establishment is absolutely terrified of, is somebody like that. And I've got a feeling after 2024 is over with the election, once they, whether they beat Trump or they don't, it doesn't really matter. But I've got a feeling that we are going to see the attacks on Vivek absolutely ramp up. You're going to see some crazy shit. You're going to see some wild accusations against Vivek Ramaswamy because they understand that guy, I mean, Donald Trump's old as dirt. He's what? He's 80-some years old. So how old's Trump, Mia? Do you know? Google it real quick. I'm going to Google. I got the laptop right in front of me. Age of Trump. That sounds like a movie. He's 77 years old. So You got what? The guy, he eats McDonald's every day. You got 10 more years of Trump, 4 more years max if he wins the presidency, right? Vivek's in his 40s. You're going to have to deal with this guy for another 30 to 40 years. They're not prepared to deal with that. They don't know what to do. So they are shaking in their boots at the thought of that guy because he will. Could you imagine him on a debate stage with Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or anybody? I mean, they run the same demented old fossils every couple years. Could you imagine? He would mop the floor with them. And that's what they're so scared of. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.